Hey everybody, it's Ben Capozzi with Broad Shoulders Farm, and I just wanted to take a sec this morning to show you 24 hours later after we put the birds, all three of the main flocks, into new spaces. So here we go. So here's the English-speaking breeds flock. This is probably our heaviest duty flock. I don't know that I'll say our hardiest. Pretty much all of our flocks are comprised of heritage breeds, but these guys have probably the most unforgiving terrain in terms of they've just got this big open stretch here. The only tree is this little one that's getting established, this gala. So they don't have a lot of cover other than their house. I wish they had more shade. I've got some other plants that I'm going to be adding in here, but of course that won't be set up in time to help them. But they're only here for 2 weeks. And they're already working away. You can see the grass is beat down a little bit more, especially compared to yesterday. They've found some cleared spots, and I can't remember what I had over here that actually cleared this. I think this is the first time, maybe the second time I've had the birds around here. But anyhow, they're doing really well. I also thinned out this group. I removed the 3 Brabanter roosters who had found their way into this flock and were living here for 3 or 4 months. It was never going to be part of their final home, so I moved them. And when I say moved, I don't mean I harvested them. They're in a decompression chamber in the rooster run, and they're going to hang out in there for 7 to 10 days, which is hopefully enough time for me to get the new rooster run fencing up. I can talk about that in a different video. But I thinned them out. I took out a extra whiting true blue rooster, leaving only Ajax in here. Ajax is enormous compared to the other whiting true blues. If anything, I'm a little concerned that maybe he's actually an olive egger. But be that as it may, Ajax made the cut. I've still got 2 Cream Legbar roosters in here, Robert and Mr. P. I'm thinking Mr. P is going to be the one to stay. That's Mr. P. And I'll move Robert. Quick thing about the Cream Legbars. I have Legbars from at least 3 different sources. I think maybe 4. I'd have to go back and check my records. But they just don't lay a large blue egg. They lay a beautiful blue egg, but they're not carrying the genes. At least mine aren't carrying the genes for a large egg. And I'm fine with medium eggs. And even small eggs, like our Hamburgs produce what would be considered a medium to small egg, but they do it every day, so they're great. But I'm just not sure that I'm entirely sold on Legbars. The whiting true blues really do lay like a leghorn. They lay a large, very light blue egg, so I'm interested in maybe crossing them to see what I come up with. Legbars versus Legbars crossed with whiting true blues, so we'll see. But anyhow, just want to show you. Hi, Andy. So that's what this group has done in 24 hours. It's pretty much 24 hours on the nose. Let's go take a look at the Mediterranean and Pacific Rim flock and the European breeds. So these kids are doing great. They're running around. They're happy. They have really done a nice job leveling down some of the softer weeds. I'm not sure. There's something back here that's almost like a pokeweed, or for some reason I want to think jewelweed, but I'm not sure that's it. There's definitely poison ivy back here, and the kids are doing great with that. But, I mean, look, the grass that I mowed in order to clear the way for the fencing, they've already knocked all that onto the fence, so I gotta come clean it. Hey guys, hi George Patton. But they're making happy sounds, and they're working away, right? They're clearing this out. They've already found a spot that's gonna be their dust bath area. So they're making this, I'm pretty sure this is gonna turn into a dust bath central. But they've done a nice job. Look how they trampled all this down around the base of the tree, which is really what I want. I want to see the bases of these trees. That's the big thing that I'm after. Hey guys and gals. Hello. Hello. You look like an Australorp. Hi baby. Hi you. Hello. Mrs. Peacock. Oh my gosh, okay, I won't bother you. Mrs. Peacock is apparently busy, possibly even broody. I will say one quick thing about this group. This group is Australorps and light Brahmas and Penedicencas and Andalusians, and there were some buff leghorns in here, but they passed. One escaped like literally the day that I put her in here and hid in some bushes overnight, and then she was gone the next morning. That was a long raising for nothing, but not a lot of leghorns in here. But these are typically, the Mediterranean breeds are associated with being flighty breeds. There's Minorcas in here, and actually we're getting ready to add like 8 more Minorcas. They're going to be the real cornerstone of my... Got interrupted by a phone call, but where I was going with this is that these are generally regarded as very flighty breeds, the Mediterranean class birds. But I really, knock on wood, don't have a problem with them getting out and running all over creation. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe they're just happy where they are. Maybe it's force of habit. I don't clip wings. Originally, we thought we were going to have to do that on all our birds, but we just don't. And it doesn't usually be a problem. So take that for what it's worth. If anything, now when a bird gets out, and occasionally I'll come out here and something will spook them and they'll be on the other side of this little fence, they may roam a little bit, but they want to come back. I mean, this is their house at night. They very much want to be here at the end of the day. So I usually just kind of wait for them to start patrolling the fence, and I used to try and catch them, which was a lot of work and a silly first-year farmer kind of thing. Now I wait for them to run around here, and then I just lift up the fence. And eventually they see it and they boop, they duck underneath and they run back in. So I'm learning. Hopefully I'm becoming a better farmer. All right, so the cool thing about the French and German and Dutch breeds and all that, I love what they've done to this pear tree. Look how they're still in here working away, going through the leaf litter. Gosh, they love that stuff. My guess is because it holds lots of microorganisms and bug fauna, I guess. There's maybe a light mycelial network in there, so there could be some mushroom fungal strands or something going on in there, but mostly they're probably finding little crustaceans, little pill bugs and worms and other decomposers that live in the leaf litter, and they're happy. You know, they spend most of their day over here. It could be because of the shade, you know, but one thing about chickens, they don't really like the tall grass. They're in here for me to beat down the tall grass, not to eat the tall grass. Chickens like to take that first bite when the grass is maybe 2 or 3 inches tall. When it's long and strandy like this, they're not really into it except for the seed heads. Now they will come in, so like seed head on that grass right there, they'll be interested in that sooner rather than later. Ooh, what is that? Hawk? I don't know my birds. That's probably a... Hey, you bird, identify yourself. Anyhow. There it goes. You know, they're not going to eat this big long grass. They're not really interested in that. Now the geese will totally bring this down. The geese will eat the whole thing. But the chickens want that first bite when it's down like this. So they're mostly in here to beat this down and make it more accessible for me to come in with the mower and with other plantings and seeds and get to work. But this is, again, pretty much 24 hours after they were released in here. Doing a great job. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, hi, hi. You guys are doing so great. I'm so proud of you. Great job. Hello, Madame Cuckoo. Mademoiselle, sorry. Hi, little Yarhan. Hey, Fletcher. So Fletcher is doing okay. I'm thinking he may be top cock. I'm really not sure. I don't know that it's Boudreaux and Francois, our black copper Moran's roos. And just between us Goyles, I don't know how long Boudreaux and Francois are going to be in here. I think I have better black copper Morans to bring in here. That doesn't mean these guys will be done away with. It means that they will just be put into a decompression chamber and added to the general rooster flock. But be that as it may, about another rooster, You guys probably remember Italian Ciao. There were 2 Chinese Chows and 1 Italian Ciao, and that just kind of had to do with where they were gravitating. The Langshan breeds are all pretty much the same, though they do have a diverse genetic background. But anyhow, Italian Ciao had taken to wandering around out here. He'd been placed with Home for Gentle Lads in the duck pen, and he would come out of the fence when I would open the gate, and he would wander around the orchard. And I saw him at different times strike up a friendship with different little ladies. I say friendship because they traveled as companions. It wasn't like a wham bam thank you ma'am thing. I would often see them together. And then I guess about a month ago, I saw him quite often hang out with a little Dutch hamburger lady. Where is she? She's one of those 2. I think she was the darker one. But he would often be out with her, and I would see them at the farther reaches of the pasture. And but when I moved this group, he would wander around the perimeter, and he was doing that even before when they were over there. And so yesterday I decided to just pop him in and see what happens. And he fought for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. He didn't have a big skirmish, not a big scuffle with anybody, but he, I think, has decided he's going to be happy here. And I'm going to let him stay. There he is. See him in the background? Hey, Ciao. Hello, my dear. Sorry we're looking past you. I think that's a little balsamer. It's a little Norwegian Yarhan. This is Bloof, our splash morans. And this is... Hello, my dear. Is that Krijnekopa? Who are you? Oh, my God. Oh, sorry. You're my little blue morans. I'm sorry. But, anyhow... But yeah, so Ciao, I think, is going to stay in here now. The other lads have eased off on him. I think he knows his place in the pecking order. And he's going to live here. And I'm okay with that. Hey, Ciao, you're not bloody this morning. Okay, you look good. You making friends with the Bielefelder gal? All right, sweet boy. So, anyhow, there's poor Dork. Dork is definitely bottom of the totem pole. He is so skittish. He doesn't fight, but he clearly is afraid of the other roos, and probably for good reason. But I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with him. He probably needs to be moved to the Home for Gentle Roosters, but I'm afraid that even by their standards, he would be too gentle and get beat up. So we'll see. But he's staying here with these guys, and doing okay. I'm getting ready to split this flock. I know I've talked about this before, but there is another house that is being built at an incredibly slow pace to house the new Nordic breeds flock, and I'm going to take... This one is primarily going to be just Morans and German breeds, other French breeds as well. But I'm going to take all the, like the hamburgers, the Dutch breeds, any of the Scandinavian, Netherlands, Low Countries breeds, and they're going to be combined with the Svarthonas, and the Yarhans are going to come out of here. Johan and his ladies, they're going to come out. And this will pretty much be a group of just old French breeds plus Bielefelders, Welsamers, and Barnevelders, and everybody else is going to be part of our new 4th flock of Scandinavian breeds. Anyhow, so that's what's going on. Here we are 24 hours. Hi, Krijnekopa. This is my last remaining Krijnekopa, little red one. She's very dear. It was very sad to see my silver Krijnekopa go. I just couldn't get her better. But anyhow, so this is where we are, and I got to get to work. There's plenty more to do, so I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Everybody, please stay safe, stay smart, and we're all going to get through this. Okay, bye-bye.